Hi you guys, welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker and welcome to Show and Tell number 214, I think. Okay, so yesterday I filmed the unboxing of the Yarnable and the ALC. Please go check that out because once again, these two dyers do an amazing job every single month. They're different and similar in weird ways, so definitely go check out this month's unboxing that was filmed and uploaded yesterday as of filming this today, which is Wednesday, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we have some weird lighting going on because now my window has like lit up, but if I bring you over here where that's flattering, we got a lot of, yeah, so oh, there's a cloud. Anyway, as with yesterday, today's not going to plan, and I'm afraid tomorrow might be worse. So, I decided, after I got done working out and running to the grocery store and everything, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to lightly dry my hair. It is completely dry now because I went running around the house. I'll slap on some easy quick makeup, and we'll film. There are a couple things that are not what they should have been for this video. But this is my life. This is my world. There's no normalcy here. I try so hard for normalcy and there is zero normalcy. I am rocking just standard t-shirt today. I like my new shirt. I'm still hot from my workout. Taking a shower really doesn't help. Today it's 70 degrees. It was pouring down rain this morning, and as you can tell from the light that's like underlighting my chin here, it is bright, sunny, and gorgeous now. And now it's like 73 degrees outside. So, but good news, it rained all morning, so the pollen is knocked out of the air. Our pollen is officially in the high range every single day now. So, you know, hello spring. Allergies are also like in peak flow. Poor Pippin's nose keeps running. Troy keeps sneezing. And I want to claw my eyeballs out of my face. So, welcome spring in the southeast. Maybe the Midwest will catch up soon. All right, so this is going to be a fairly short video, partially because I'm not done with the things I had hoped I would be done with, and I'm hoping I'll have time on Friday to film the video I want to film for Saturday. That doesn't involve seeing a whole lot of this, but I'm hoping there's time for it. And it's not like anything bad's happening. It's just, I form a plan in my mind of how things are going to go. And I might not always have like a direct schedule for how my day is going to go, but I generally have an outline for how my day is going to go. And from before I got out of the bed this morning, my outline has been out the window. It happens. A lot of this is just that like ADD brain that's like freaking out. So anyway, I did finish my first UFO project. I still need to weave in my ends. I did do the corners where I cast on and cast off, but where there were knots in my 1 pound ball of yarn, I did not weave in those. I did have 3 knots. I just turn this opposite direction. So this is the one right before I finished it. This is the one I just took care of. And then apparently down here, when I first started off, there were 2 knots in the yarn down here. But first completed object of the UFO series. So I will leave this up here and try to leave this sorted for the UFO monthly videos. If you guys did not tune in last week for the UFO monthly video for February, I'm going to have a monthly update on where we are on these UFOs, because part of my goals this year was getting through a number of these UFOs that have just been hanging out. So I have long-term WIPs that are moving to UFOs, and then UFOs. And a number of each of those are on this list. Plus, I went ahead and went through all of my notebooks since I think 2020 was the first year I did a decorated notebook. So I went through 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. Any unfinished project I put on that list. And then as I was cleaning in here and looking for some other things, I found a couple other pre-2020 WIPs, or no UFOs. So I got those on a separate list. The green blanket was on a separate list. I believe I started that in 2019. I know I started it Easter Sunday, but I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019, but I'm pretty sure it was 2019 because that's the year we moved to Charlotte. And I think it got stuck in a bag when we moved. So I could be mistaken, but I was 50% done with that blanket, and somehow I managed to get that done before the lemon peel crochet blanket, although it is a little bit smaller. And the lemon peel crochet blanket, I was only like a quarter of the way done with it. So I guess that makes sense. It's just I'm a much quicker crocheter and tend to pick up crochet more frequently. I am very thirsty. I'm very sorry. I know it's not the most pleasant thing to sit here and watch me pound water, but I am very, very thirsty from running around. And I still really ought to go to Costco today. But as it's already 2 o'clock and at 4 o'clock, I know it's going to be insane getting back from Costco. I don't know that I want to risk it. So I did want to bring this up here. While it is not finished, it will be by the end of the night tonight. I have finished all the Fair Isle work on my stocking. Well, that reads a lot better on camera than it reads on person. This red section in person, these all read like red squares, like wonky, goofy red squares. My stitching based on the inside is not that loose, so I'm not sure why the detail is not reading in person. Yeah, it's reading much better on camera. So this is the Arnie and Carlos 2023 mystery stocking that they released during Advent. So when y'all saw this last week, I was right here. So you can tell what a lot of my time and effort into knitting and crocheting went into. I was right here at this marker, and in the last week, I got all the way up to here. Now, tonight, I'll finish the ribbing and bind it off. I need to do 9 rows of ribbing because I already did the first row of ribbing, and then I'll bind it off. And thank you to the person who commented, because in their video, they did not actually say how many rows of ribbing there was, I don't think. So thank you for letting me know it was 10 rows of ribbing. If I remember, I probably won't, but if I remember, I'll put your screen name up here, but thank you very much. So this will be done tonight. We are watching the first 2 seasons of Resident Alien. We're actually almost done with season 2. That's just funny. I love Alan Tudyk. I think he's hilarious. He's more funny is the super straight guy that's so overly straight he becomes comedic backup. But I just think he's hilarious. If you ever are in the mood for a really, really stupid comedy to watch, I highly recommend Suburgatory. I loved him in Firefly, but everything about Suburgatory was funny. And Resident Alien is just so... You cringe so hard. You cringe so hard your belly button is like up here sometimes. You're cringing so hard. It is so funny. I actually did some research because a number of the people who are on the show seem to be ad-libbing a lot of lines. Like, they were too free flow. to be scripted, and the responses were too natural for it to have been scripted. So the director, which is actually, the producer of the show is the guy that played Tom Paris on Star Trek Voyager, Robert Duncan Neal. So you already kind of like had some background support that you knew was going to be good. He also wrote and directed some of the episodes in the first season, I believe. I don't know that I've seen him with the writer-director credit on the second season. But I think a lot of it, it's not even having done theater for many years. A lot of it is watching soaps, believe it or not, where you start picking up on things being ad-libbed and people just having natural chemistry. For a good comedy, you really need some natural chemistry, and it's funny. If you guys just want to watch something ridiculous and you enjoy a little sci-fi bend, it's hilarious. It's really, really funny. And if you do watch it, let me know if anybody else wants to just give Asta's dad like the biggest, squishiest hug ever, because he is just so incredibly sweet. I just want to squish him in the biggest hug. And anyway, that's why I know I'm going to have time tonight to sit down and finish this, because Troy's been in Charleston this week. He's back home today. He actually got home. Part of what threw off my morning is he came home at 6 a.m. and came here first before going into the office. So, so we'll finally actually have a night to sit down, and I don't think there's a basketball game tonight. So we'll actually be able to sit down and enjoy our show and finish season 2 before we have to go find season 3, because it's not on Netflix, but I think it might be on Hulu, and I'm not sure. If anybody in the States also knows where to get seasons 3 on without paying for it through a streaming service of Ghost UK, hit a girl up, because that's another one that was really funny. We tried the American version. We really didn't like it. But Ghost UK is a riot. And also another character that I just want to pinch their cheeks and tell them they're precious is Robin. However, the only place that seems to have it in the US streaming services is Amazon. And Amazon is charging for season 3 on. So, I mean, I guess theoretically we could use a VPN. Anyway, I'm going to finish this. Saturday's video will hopefully be me talking about the difference of why it's so important to block things. And I'm going to give you kind of like, look at how smooshy this looks and undefined. But then when you pull it out in the process of blocking, also it fulls your yarn. This is 100% wool yarn. It causes the wool to swell and fill in spaces. Like I said, a lot of what looks kind of puckery, they're not actual puckers in the stitch work. My floats are very loose back here. If anything, my floats may be too loose. But we do have a lot of stacked sections, which creates a bend in the fabric. I also did not always do great at keeping the white on my right hand side and my color work on the left hand side. So that also created some of the colors receding or coming into the foreground when they shouldn't. This section actually looks great. This section looked great. But then here, like where we've got a lot of these micro stitches, it in person, when, especially since this is some of the older stuff I did, it's had time to kind of set in just a little bit. The stitches have relaxed. The humidity here has kind of partially blocked the foot of this. I'm just saying, it's a year-long problem down here. But this is a little bit more defined, whereas this has all been done in the last 2 weeks. It's a little bit more ruffled. So anyway, I do want to show where some of this smooths with blocking and actually talk to you guys a little bit about why it's important. I do have to figure out between now and then how I want to block this. It'll depend on how it comes out of the soak. Sometimes things just like you soak them, you lay them out flat, and they're perfect. This could be one of those, or it could not be one of those. Fair Isle, I tend to want to manipulate it a little bit more. And because of the weird shape, it's a little bit harder to manipulate. I thought this was going to be a shorter video because I didn't have that many things to share. And then I went off an entire tangent about television. So I am incredibly sorry, you guys. So Nikki's Crochet Nook sent me a Christmas card. They got misrouted, misaddressed, and there was some confusion about what happened to it. If I don't share Happy Mail from you on the channel, that means I didn't get it. I do check my post office generally every Friday. So if I don't share it within 2 weeks of when you think I should have gotten it, definitely reach out. Make sure I've checked my P.O. box, but then check with your post office because things happen, you know? Life. So we have our Christmas card that was the original card. We have 2 of the Taylor's tees, which I love the Taylor's tees. They're also very easy to obtain for me. Then we have the card with the explanation of what happened. And then there's another little gift in here. I thought they were stitch markers at first, and I think they'll still work as stitch markers too, which would make these a multi-use gifty. But they're needle threaders. How cute are these little guys? And it's a whole set of these little kittens. Little calico. Little Persian. Pippin in the sunshine. If y'all have not seen any of the pictures where Pippin looks pink, I'm just saying. And this one kind of looks like Banner. Little tuxedo. But you can see the little hook up there. So actually these might work as stitch markers as well as threaders, but they're definitely needle threaders. They are so cute. So once again, thank you so much. I absolutely love these. Put these back together. I have a box under my side of the table. It's a little basket. And it's got all of my like stitching supplies, extra stitching supplies. So like when I get like the skein coats from ALC or Yarnable, I immediately take them down and put them there because I'll use them from there. So these are going to go in that basket. It's a very long-winded way of saying I know exactly where I'm going to put these and I need to put them where they'll get put up properly. Because I can't just... my words. So last thing I have in my basket, I want y'all's opinion on something. So I'm thinking about starting another summer freshness shawl, or I've got another potential pattern, but I really want to do a crochet pattern. And these are the yarns I'm thinking about using in this order. And I want your opinion on this. And it's actually kind of funny because I think 2 of these, no, only one of these is from, no. 2 of these are from this year's Yarnables and ALCs already. And one of these is from mid last year. All right, I need to do this. This. I'm trying to separate out my colors so or the ball bands so that I don't lose the ball bands. And we're spinning. I don't want to rip my ball band. And apparently I did not do a good job at rehanking this after I showed you guys how pretty this was a while back. Okay. I'm not sure which end I want to start from, but I definitely want it to either be dark to light or light to dark. If I were doing a shirt, I'd do light to dark for sure. So what do you guys think? I guess it might help if I turn the purple a little bit more this way. And the softer blue maybe a little bit more this way. So everything actually perfectly ties into each other. So these two have the same purple. These two have the same teal or aqua, not teal, aqua. And then this one actually has some of this blue kind of spattered in there. So I wanted this to be matchy, but not perfectly matchy. I'm not sure if I'm going to do kind of fading them together, or if I'm going to add a fourth solid to break them apart from each other yet. One of the patterns that I have, I could easily break them up, but I'm not sure that's what I want to do. But what do you guys think of these four together for a crochet shawl? And of course I stuck these in the pattern keeper from last month's ALC so I could keep these together. I have one other set that I'm trying to build and I can't quite decide what direction I want to go in with that one. I can't remember if this is one of the sets that I showed in the ALC Yarnable mashup yesterday, but when I came back up here last night, this was definitely kind of what I was thinking as I was pulling things together. And this was kind of like the vibe I was going for that shawl. I think for the shawl, I might want to go dark to light because I think that pollen party would be really pretty on the edge. Just with the light speckles and the light color gradient on that. But anyway, I wanted to get your opinion on that because I'm not 100% sold, but I'm leaning in this direction. Oof. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I left these out and open recently, and you can tell. I'm one of those weirdos. I do actually dust my yarn in here. So it's not normal that I just have everything out and completely open all the time. Unless I do come through and dust it. And if you're wondering how I do that, I take a nylon, put it over the end of my hose, and I don't take everything down and dust it completely. The backs are not nearly as bad as what's exposed here. Oh, that's a little bit better. But anyway, that was the last thing I had for you guys. And I still somehow managed to drag this out for 20 minutes. But, you know, whatever. It's my channel and I'll talk if I want to. And oddly enough, I've somehow managed to, like, calm back down just a little bit. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. Hopefully you're not feeling nearly as frazzled as I was feeling when I came in earlier. Take care. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday. If not, I will see you on Tuesday. I love you. Bye, guys.